your problem, anything that you like found interesting this week or in the past couple of weeks. Right, people are coming in. Anyone would like to share anything about any survey results they've gotten, any like interesting insights they've gotten in the last couple of weeks about your problem? Feel free to share.
So I've gotten a lot of like survey answers, and like as I was expecting, some of them like validated my my assumptions, but some were also like really surprising. And it's really good that I like had the survey to like see what else people have in mind and what else people think about my problem. Yeah.
Awesome. Henry, could you give us could you tell us what kind of things that you like, you had your assumptions, but you're kind of like, wait, I'm not sure anymore. Could you give us a specific example?
Wait a second, I have to I can pull it up actually. So actually quite a lot of people said that they were interested in like investing and they have heard of it before, but they still didn't think they belong to the target group for investing and participating in the stock market because they thought they don't have enough spare money. But I think what they don't realize is that you can also like invest small amounts. I think a lot of people think they have to be like really, really rich or wealthy to have enough money to invest or yeah, participate in the stock market. And that really surprised me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is a common notion that we feel, about investing, like, oh, we might need a lot. And that's kind of like what is thrown out there a lot, like, oh, you need this much to start trading or start investing. So yeah, very, very interesting. Thank you for sharing, Henry. All right, so I hope that all of you heard what Henry was saying, because now we kind of want to think about how might we statements, so HMW statements, about what Henry just told us about like his insight that he got from his survey. So like what kind of take a minute and write down all the kind of statements that you can think of, like how might we have people better understand investments, or how might we have make access to finance easier, like statements like that. So go ahead and take a piece of paper. You can also write down your statements into the Discord general chat. So think of all the how might we statements that you possibly can. It can be anything. Don't be afraid to put your answer out there, because we're trying to just get like the mind going and thinking. So go ahead and do that.
Me too, or just the other ones?
Yes, Henry, you too.
Okay.
Mhm. And if you have written something down, please feel free to vocalize it. So Hamza, I see that you wrote something. So if you want to talk about it, you're writing a few. So if you want to say them out loud, please do. That would be great. All right, so I'll read some of these. How might we help people change their perception on the stock market? How might we target the use of the stock market to a wider range of people? How might we make informing yourself about the stock market more fun and less boring? How might we determine the correct target group? Good, good. Anyone wants to share out loud? I would love to hear some thoughts. Cecile, could you share with what you just wrote?
Yeah, sure. My internet is kind of breaking, so I'm sorry if my voice isn't. Yeah. So I was writing about that. How might we like let the schools teach about the stock market, and how might we make it easier for all students to know about stock market, because it's an important subject. So yeah, this is the thing I need to let the schools know, from my opinion. Like, how can we let all the students learn about it, not just a few students or like a certain group? Like, it has to be known for everyone.
Absolutely. Good. Yeah, it's really important, like we don't learn a lot of skills in school. We don't learn a lot of things in school. So like, how can we implement that into the education system? Because it is such an important aspect of being financially literate, and we don't have these ideas. So yeah, good statement. Anyone else want to share their ideas?
I mean, if no one else wants to share, I can also say a little bit about stuff I wrote. So I wrote, how might we make informing yourself about the stock market more fun and less boring? And this is linked to that I think the biggest challenge isn't like clearing out the misconceptions or informing in like texts or videos or like anything like that. That isn't the biggest challenge, but I think the biggest challenge is that we make people interested in using it and sticking to it and uh, finding it fun and not boring, because like nowadays we're like so oversaturated by social media, small videos, short videos, that it's really difficult to concentrate on something for even 5 minutes, because we're just used to such instant gratification. And I think that's the biggest challenge, to make it appealing and interesting. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Henry. Okay, so keep your thought. Oh, Nashville, yes, go ahead.
Hi everyone. I just thought of like as you was talking about stock marketing, how might we also get people to know that there's no risk in like with stock marketing, because there's so many risks out there. How do you know that what you're investing is not gonna go down the drain? Yes, we want to know whether it's gonna be legit.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Nashville. Like how do we guide people and make them feel okay? Like Hamza is also saying, like, how do we make them feel okay about um, investing their money, and then realizing like, okay, there are lower risks that you can invest in. Yes, Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's really important, because I mean, it's true there are risks, and investing and interacting with the stock market is risky, but um, what people don't know is that there are ways which you can use to reduce the risk, or even like lower it to a point where you can say it's really, really low risk, and it's yeah, pretty safe. And I mean, you should make people feel comfortable with like the stock market and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. All right, thank you. Hold on to those thoughts, because now I'm gonna put you all in breakout rooms, and you're going to discuss with the people in your breakout rooms what the statements that you have put out, and exactly like this conversation that we just had, this insights that we're analyzing and answering. I want you to do that in your breakout room. So like think more about how might we, and like talk amongst one another, and make sure that each person is speaking and engaging. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open the breakout rooms, and I'll give you about 8 or 9 minutes. So you guys can have like 3 minutes each to talk. All right, see you in a bit. Hello, welcome back.
Hi.
All right, we're just gonna wait for everybody. Is there anything you'd like to share, Hamda and Marcus?
I think no.
All right. Marcus, is there anything you would like to share? All right, so we are just waiting for, all right, perfect. Okay, everybody should be back. Awesome. Okay, so anybody want to share any insights or anything interesting before we move on to the next thing?
I thought it was interesting how Henry said learning stock markets or finance is rare, because at my school we have to take that class. So
Oh, that's interesting. So you have to take a class on what exactly?
finance. Finance. It's about everything, like what's more efficient way to like rent apartment or buy a house, or like budgeting and stock markets. Yeah.
Wow, that's very interesting. Maybe you and Henry can talk later and give him more like insight on that, because that is really rare, I think. Maybe, you know, when I was in school, we didn't learn that. Maybe other schools do teach that, but I don't ever hear that ever being like a required subject. So very interesting. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit, and I think it is pretty rare, and he's lucky to like have a class that teaches finance, because I mean I can share a bit of like my survey answers, and 78% of the people that answered my survey didn't learn anything about investing or the stock market in school, which is quite high, I think. So I think it's really rare to have that. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. All right. Awesome stuff. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for speaking up about anything interesting. We are now going to go to the really fun part of today. So what I want you to do is go onto Discord, and where I had written spicy questions last time, I've changed it to idea carousel. And what you're going to do is basically for 30 minutes where you're basically just going to be on those channels just like we were last time. And I'm going to be giving you instructions every few minutes. So the first thing I want you to do is go to your channel where your name is, and you are going to take 1 to 2, 3 minutes to write down your idea. And if you have multiple ideas, write them all down. So write down everything you can in your channel.
Sorry, what ideas are we writing for our problems?
Yes, sorry. So basically the idea that you are thinking about, because you've been thinking about like your problem, you've done the survey, you've talked to some people. So what is your idea? What kind of things are you thinking about doing for your project, for your business, to solve your problem?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard what I had said before because you just joined back. Basically, go onto your channel, your specific channel under the idea carousel category, and write down all the ideas that you have, all the business ideas that you have regarding your problem. And write them into your channel. And you can write as many ideas as you want. Okay, you guys have 1 more minute. Sorry, was someone speaking?
I was saying that I just got the connection, so I really don't know what's going on. What are you guys doing?
Okay, so we are on the idea carousel category on Discord. And right now you're supposed to be on your channel writing out all the ideas that you have. Sadio, you mentioned to me that you had a couple, so go ahead and write those down into your channel.
Which channel exactly? Or 15.2 channel?
15, there's a 15.2 idea carousel. I'm going to show you right now. So basically, it's where we had spicy questions before. And you can see everybody here on the list. And then this is where you should be, Sadio, and you should be writing your ideas here. Thank you, Henry. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to do that, and then we're going to move on to the next round. Okay, is there anyone that's not done yet? Okay, so now we're gonna go on to round 2. what you're going to do is you're going to go to the person below you and you're going to look at their idea and you're going to ask this, or sorry, you're going to think about what this idea makes you think about. Write down everything that pops down in your head. What does it remind you of? What does it make you think about?
What if the person doesn't have an idea yet?
Okay, so if the person, yeah, good question. So if the person doesn't have anything or they're not here, go to the next person. So Didam, you would go to Hamza.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for example, Taraya, you would go to Adrian because Tracy's not here. So if the person isn't here, just go to the one after. And if they have an idea, then you ask, you think, or sorry, you write about all the things that idea makes you think about. What pops into your head? What does it remind you of? What does it make you think about? So make sure you are writing on this person's channel about all the things you think about their idea. You will have a chance to go to other channels. You will have a chance to respond to other messages, but make sure right now you're only on one channel and talking and writing down all the things you think about. Okay, now you're gonna go to the person below that person. Again, if they're absent, go to the next one. And you are going to answer, where do you think this idea could go into the future? What would you add? What does this idea make you want to do? So again, you are going to the next person below you, or maybe you have to go all the way up, and answering, where do you think this idea could go? What would you add? What does this idea make you want to do? All right, now round 4, go to the person below that person, so the next person, and answer, what do you wonder about the idea? What do you find hard to picture? So again, you're going to the next person on the list, and you are asking, you're answering, what do you wonder about the idea? What do you find hard to picture?
Can we have like a bit of extra time for round 3, because I would need some.
Yeah, I'll give you some extra time.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm. Yeah, so just to clarify, each round you are moving to the next person. So round 1 was you, and then round 2 was the person below who is here, who is present. And then round 3 again below that person, and then round 4 below. So you're changing the person every round. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and publish round 5. So again, you're moving to the next person. Round 5, describe someone who would just love using this idea. It could be a couple of people, it could be one person. Think about the idea and describe somebody who would just love using it. All right, go to the next person and imagine you are to use this idea with yourself and friends and family. Explain how you'd use it. So go ahead for round 6. Imagine you're to use this idea with yourself, with friends or family, and explain how you would use it. All right, so finish up those thoughts. Any other channels that you didn't get to finish up, do that now. And now what you're gonna do is go back to your channel. You're gonna go back to your channel and you're gonna look at all the notes that were left for you by everyone else. and you're going to write your new thoughts you have about your idea. What are things that you have learned, your ideas that you didn't think about? Yeah, write anything. So go back to your channel now and look at everything that was written for you and write down all the things that are new, something interesting, something unique, something you didn't think about before, new ideas. Would you make any changes? And while you're doing that, if anybody wants to share here in the call, if anybody wants to share anything that they found interesting, anything, any ideas that they didn't think about before, please, this is a space to share that. So if any of you are ready to speak up, let me know. Yes, Cedil, go ahead.
Okay, so I've learned about two new things today. The first one was the stress ball. I thought about like a thing that needs to reduce stress during exams, and I didn't think about the stress ball. I haven't used it before. So two or more people suggested it. So I think that when it's developed into a better thing, it can be used like in a better way to reduce stress. And also the offline use of the game I thought about, because I have two ideas, which is the game and the tool that reduces stress. So the offline use of the game, that can, like, it will not have all the stuff that will be in the game, but like it will have some certain stuff that students may need when they don't have internet. So like some a game or like some quizzes and stuff. So the offline use is something I'll need to add as well.
Awesome. You guys are like, I'm seeing all these things flow and everything, everyone's contributing. So I think it's awesome. And thank you, Cedil. I hope that all of you gain some insight or some new ideas or new questions you're asking yourself about your idea. So really, really good stuff. Anyone else want to share anything? Yes, Henry, please tell us.
So, like before today, I was kind of fixed on my idea of creating a website, like just the website itself. But what I realized, I actually came up with the idea of having quizzes as well when I wrote out in round one what my idea would be. Just in that moment, I had this thought, and other people also picked it up and said, "Oh, that's a good idea." Or could I create a game instead, or also a game like additionally? And I think it made me realize that I should not be too focused on just the website itself, but making a platform with different things like quizzes and a website and a platform and a game, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting how like we have these ideas and then we don't realize, like, when we ask other people, oh yeah, I should add that and I should add that. It's awesome. I'm really glad we're having these conversations, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you develop, Henry, because that would be so cool to have a game and things like that, to make it interactive, make it fun, and like what you're intending to do, make it less boring. Because the idea of investments and finance, like, is just like, it's already so intimidating that a lot of us don't delve into it. So really good stuff. All right. Any last thoughts? Also, you guys all have access to these channels, so you are free to go and write in other channels. If you didn't have a chance to go into someone, read through their things, add any ideas. This is the space, you know, like you are all free to contribute anytime that you want. If you think of something like randomly, you're, I don't know, walking one day and you think of something, you can just go to the Discord chat and that person's channel and just add that, because I'm sure any insight, any contribution is going to be helpful and productive. Okay, awesome. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that, you know, it all brought you all new insights, new ideas. Let's go back for a couple minutes to the general chat. I want to do a quick debrief. Anyone have any thoughts about what you thought about today's challenge? Anything you want to share with us about how you felt, how you feel, or any questions that you have? Yes, Sadia?
Okay, I'm sorry. I know that I talk a lot, but I just had this idea in mind, or like thought about the stock market idea, about Henry's idea, Henry's business idea. So I was thinking that out of all the ideas that I've read about, or like I've seen, it was like the most important one, because in some years from now, many jobs won't be available, so people would like rely on business ideas and stuff. So when we start our own business, when we need to start our own business, it's really important to know about the stock market and about how to invest our money in the best way. So I think it will be the most useful for like most people in today's like generation.
Definitely, yeah. Like this is something that we all should know and learn and be acquainted with, because it's true. The world is changing, jobs are changing, and like having financial stability is so important. So absolutely, it's very, very important. Okay. Anyone else have any thoughts about anything so far? We're at the end of week 6. I know that there's a lot going on. I know that's end of school years and things like that. So if anyone wants to share, ask questions or anything like that, now is the time. Okay, so I also want to ask you guys, there are some people, some students who are not here. I would like to ask you all a favor. If you could reach out to somebody, so pick someone that isn't here today and reach out to them and kind of ask them, check in with them, catch them up really, like about what we did today. Basically explaining, like, because you know there's a lot going on in different channels and things like that. So if you could pick an individual and reach out to them, that would be wonderful, and catch them up a bit, because while I do send out messages and I try to check in with everyone, I think it would be nice if maybe another peer of theirs checked in with them. What do you guys think about that?
I think that's good, but I think we should have like a fixed person, maybe say who contacts who, because then maybe someone gets 5 messages and someone gets none. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, Sadil, did you want to talk again? I'm not sure.
No, I just wanted to say that I'll talk to Aurora. I'm not sure if I pronounced her name right, but yeah, I'll talk to her because she's on my team.
Perfect. Okay, so Sadil has Aurora.
I've messaged Habi. Oh,
Okay.
someone's already. Yeah.
All right, Hamda has messaged hubby. So Adrian, who else can you check in with? Yes, Didam, what about you?
I think I'll go with Bolton.
Bolton, okay, perfect. So Didam is going to check in with Bolton.
I'll check in with Marcus.
Okay, with Marcus. Hamza messaged hubby. Cedil, Aurora. Taraya, who can you check in with? That's
I'll check in with Tracy.
perfect. Mhm.
Is Siboney still in? Because I think then she would be the only person left.
Siboney, I have not heard from her in at all actually. So if she does appear, we can talk to her. But someone that's pretty active and isn't here today. I think that we've covered everyone.
Okay.
I think so.
And what about Jess?
Jess, yes, okay. So Jess, she was trying to get in on the call, and for some reason she wasn't allowed in. I don't know why. But I did message her about that. But yes, if you could talk to Jess and explain more about what happened today, that would be great.
Yeah, then I'm gonna talk to Jess, sure.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. This is gonna help me a lot. And especially, and then also like you guys can get to know different people or talk to people extensively. Okay. Before we completely finish, I do want to do shout outs. So go on to the general chat and please shout out somebody, a few people, whoever you want on the general chat. Please show appreciation, give them a shout out, thank them for something they've done. If anybody wants to give their shout outs here, you can do that too. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. I love working with you guys, and I feel like every week you bring more and more like fire to your ideas and everything. So it's really, really awesome to see you guys every week and talk more and develop more. So you guys are amazing. All right, so that being said, thank you all for being here today. Thank you for contributing and participating and bringing so many amazing ideas to everybody. Please, 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 continue to contribute to each other's channels, continue to talk to one another, continue to help each other, support one another. Yeah, awesome job today. And remember, we have mentor calls happening next week. So please, please, please check your calendars, check the times, please confirm that you'll be there. If there's a change, do let me know. We can rearrange things. But if you tell me last minute, it's really, really tough for me because I have 2 cohorts. So I have to juggle and schedule both. So yeah, if there isn't anything else, if anyone has anything else they want to tell me, you can message me. Yeah, so I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your Saturday and a great weekend, and I will talk to you all next week.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you. Bye.